Welcome to our lovely future humans, and to those who are new, we have a lovely number of angels, ascended masters, God with me right now. So this is Maria, channeler, downloader, 5D mystic. You can call us all woo pseudoscience because that's what we are, and I love science. The science-based strategies help you to be the spirituality you, being yourself. So the highest level of spirituality is when your body's connected, your prefrontal cortex is locked in and loaded, and now we have all of our walking loving angels. And when we meet our walking fearful angels, we don't call them names. It's not nice. They don't know how to use resh. They don't know how to use the light and darkness that are complementary, so they don't know how to use their human secondary consciousness. And in fact, it is a sad story, but they have ancestors that will allow them to continue to navigate the lower planes of their minds. And so those who don't understand how stories are not what lead, stories are what we can use, and science is what leads because it's quantitative in its approach. And so it knows how to tell us what works, what doesn't work, and it has proven there's no demons inside the body of anyone. So when you have the spiritual, mystic, lower plane people, they have a problem with their channeling and downloading because they're using their amygdala. And they're using their amygdala because their body is in a protective mode and their frontal lobes are flopped down. And they could get that all taken care of, but they're too busy with the self-righteous baton from their transgenerational cultural and past trauma stuff to notice. And so we get to meet their teenager version. They're on a Braveheart stick and they're looking for bystanders to take their side, and like the flat earthers, they will go. And we honor our brothers and sisters of 3D, 4D land. They will not be around us, but they're still angels. So please do not demonize any of the fearful ones. They're unhealthy fear. We have healthy fear. And my panic attacks, personally, Maria, it's given me a lot of practice. So with that being said, being human, thank you, Sadhguru, means having the ability to transcend the so-called laws of nature. Yes, you have secondary human nature and, secondary human consciousness. The primary consciousness and secondary are of human. And that's our human condition. Primary consciousness is what nature has. And so be a cat, okay? But we're still part of our lovely ecosystem. And so when people make movies wanting to kill us off, we all know they're unhealed because that's the only reason you would make up such yucky stuff about your brothers and sisters. It's just unfortunate. Make something happen that is larger than us. Yes, that's the human beings who are the walking, talking, loving angels who also stay away from negative people because they have a problem for every solution. They also basically choose to bring up on pedestals that which they like, bring demons, monsters, that which they don't like, and that's for the plebeians who play games with idiotic, mediocre people. So we don't find mediocrity dangerous. We find that we will learn consistently, those of us who are messengers of God, how to remember we're not God and God won't intervene because, again, you have free will. So when we're crossing each other's path, it's because we have one of two choices. You forgive and be kind and loving and you be respectful of differences, or you be the other and it's not a monster. It's just ignorant people. Oh, they suffer life because their body is a protected teenager. So like Pinocchio, they just stay in the falling down, getting up, falling down, shadow, light, shadow, light, shadow. They really just flip-flop. It's also called not securely attached human beings. So again, science-based strategies, they help them get to become their grown-up, and then they can say, yes, I want more spiritual and personal growth. It's really fun when you're doing it. In fact, enlightenment, again, Sadhguru, is not about light. Thank you. It is about a vision beyond light and darkness. So when you know that light and darkness are complementary, it's because you're using your human secondary and primary consciousness in the way that an integrated brain, restored, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating person can tell you all about. So you do dharma, not karma. And when karma is being cleared, it's really awesome. You'll know it, and like Jesus taught me, you'll also know why forgiveness is for all, and also how not to cast a stone, because, I believe in you, you believe in me, and we're all different in good company. So again, all brothers and sisters, angels, when you find the luminous warriors, you will find those who are healthy self-worth, and those are the ones who will learn how to share with you a healed nervous system. So because they're self-regulating, they will not treat anyone like a little piece of shit, because also that's really disrespectful. And it is against God's wishes because God didn't ask anyone to play God. Source doesn't ask anyone to play Source. Creatorship, divinity. So when they dress up with those words and they begin to say they are it, they forget that they are a person. And so they completely forget that they have a real self that also wants to participate. But also they just get mesmerized. So when you're cut off from Purusha Prakriti, that's where 3D 40 is at. The sword of light. This is where Archangel Michael, as he comes in to guide and direct those who feel lost or who are feeling stuck with respect to their life's purpose or career path. People who don't find it in them to just be a human who can say, I have God, spirituality, mysticism, okay, all of this stuff, and then I continue to support brothers and sisters in a way of being grounded in reality. Okay, so when you need to think that you're divinity because you transcend limitations, but you're accusing one group of being good and one group of being bad, you haven't transcended your limitations. Your ego's all over this. You like some things and you don't like others, and that's your 14-month-old. I have one too. The difference is Maria's aware of it. That's why I can be a clear channel, and then I can also say, I respect those who say, woo-woo, sure, whatever, lady, sure, thank you. The beauty of belief is that you believe it in your own heart, and the beauty of being grounded in reality is that you know what works, and what works is that a clear channel will have an integrated brain and restorative embodiment, because they will know how to be open-hearted. And so again, with Resh, we have healthy fear. And we're not afraid of God based on ancient textbooks that are read by people who are completely disregarding the very, very wise and enlightened Dalai Lama, as he shared. We're all here for the same thing, to bring forth compassion. Science-based human beings are also here for that. And the ones who are against human beings being compassionate beyond a shadow of a doubt, we already know their broken foundation. Yes, they're all not securely attached. And they all carry a self-righteous baton, and with their trauma charges, we will watch. Bye! See you later. We're gonna go. We're not coming, Pinocchio. Have fun on your island. I think you might join Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. There's Wendy. She's waiting for you with her... Nope, I think it's books from yesterday's news. You know, I don't think they recognize the Grim Tales has had an update, you know? Yeah, so that's how it feels when you're like, okay, what are they doing? Okay, Archangel Michael, come on, what else do you want me to share? So, Archangel Michael can stimulate the unmotivated or fearful into action. Yes, it's when you believe in yourself, by the way. And you're the only reason to be here. You don't need an extra purpose. I mean, I know a lot of people think we need to save humanity. That's kind of egoic because we don't know everything. So what works is that every securely attached, healthy, self-worth person will be able to continue, and Maria offers personal spiritual growth, just so you're clear. So it's all for the mindset and you being you. Then there's other people with other careers. They know their passion and their purpose. My passion and purpose is to help you to be you. And you don't need me. I'm a bonus. I just help you to have fun with all of the rest of the stuff that we get to do. I'm an Akashic record reader. I'm still mastering my physical mastery plan. It's fucking amazing. Okay, so back to our messages. Michael also provides clear guidance about which step to take next. Yes, it will be your higher self if you're common sense and if you love yourself first. And then that means you don't abandon anyone. And in fact, when someone falls down, you pick them up, because otherwise you're a very, very, like, what happened to you for you not to be responsible for an old lady that's on the floor? I mean, are you in physical life threat? Because if that's the case, then why are you near any of them? Like, run away. Okay, that's how it works when you are a person who knows that humanity is amazing. So when people have broken foundations and they don't bother to fix them and become therefore aware of what their triggers are and where the brokenness stuff is, they continue to treat all of those who are not like them like monsters. And vice versa and all that other stuff. So divisive is pretty clear because they don't have fun with intellectual, emotional, and physical information, like from all of books. They keep on wanting to just make some of it more special. So it's all special. The ones who like to think that they have to be in good and bad. Yes, good means it works. So what works is people getting their real self online, using an integrated brain, and therefore with that common sense and health, they will be able to run miles. What's bad is actually still using a demon that doesn't exist to talk about people who are healing right now, like narcissists, borderlines, dissociative identity disorder, and the ones who want to keep saying there's entities attached to ignore Patrick McNamara, neuroscientist, and data. And the people who are creating more of documentaries could allow themselves to begin to integrate that which is updated data when it comes to the docu on the whole devils and demonic possession. Same thing goes for other people who want to say they want to help humanity. And so when you have decaying stories, it's because science has proved, like they did with epilepsy, that it is not the wrath of the gods. They have not disproven God, which is why God still has angels walking this planet and speaking forth his lovely mind and heart, which are made of discerning, equanimous love. So yes, we all have different subjective experiences, but if you are the spirituality of you, then you will know how to live a life of meaning and connection beyond the soul self. You'll also know you're not divinity, God, source, because you're not playing dress up. And so you're not doing a trending topic. Whenever trends are around, you just see as fancy. It's like a magic circus show. And they're like, wow, they're all over the place. They're playing. Yeah, puppet master. It's like Pinocchio's scene where he thinks he's doing a great job dancing, and then he gets locked into the prison with Balthasar, whatever his name is. Yeah, the difference is these people, they just lock each other away, and they say, "Oh, look, we're so great. Look, those people, they're all going to go to hell." And you think, yes, no, that's not okay. You know what? Let me leave it alone. So the word of wisdom diffuses conflict and provides clarity. Diffuses conflict when you have grown-ups who are rational and logical human beings. On the other hand, it irritates the fuck out of those who want to own words and think that they're more powerful and that somehow their words are more right than the other words of others. Those are all the locked in their left brain people who we don't really play with, because I actually get bored by all of them. And I just am like a little closed Care Bear inside, and I wait silently, not afraid. The afraid one is the one that is actually like, okay, I don't want to speak, because that way they don't have to hear what I... Wow. I'm going to go now. Bye. That's because nothing comes out of my mouth. So, commitment and dedication to one's beliefs. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Yes. Clear guidance. What do you believe in? Good. Everybody believes something different. I'm going to make sense to me. You're going to make sense to you. And that's really great. So angels are self-led people who know how to develop strength, courage, and curiosity with life's unknowns, because every person is different. So not only am I not looking for this, that's why, again, angels walk amongst us, and so do enlightened ones. They are compassionate, forgiving, love to think. They don't care about differences, and they don't think words have any power whatsoever, because we are looking to help every person understand if someone has power over you because of the words they use, you want to go to Patrick Tiahan to reparent your inner child, become your inner adult. Once that happens, as he points out, you'll be looking at someone like this. And you'll be proud inside with your inner child, your inner adult, and you're like, I'm in my prefrontal cortex. You better bet I ain't going to use you, 3-year-old, but it's okay. We're doing great. We're doing great. And that's how it works. And it's really fun, by the way. I love my child parts. They're all good. And when my 1-year-old needs a hug, I'm like, it's okay. God told us we're going to live forever. No, he didn't. He just said, I'll live till I'm old and gray. And then people are like, oh, that's what you want, Maria. Okay, look, you don't believe in God. Yeah, that is what I want, though. So yeah, talk common sense to me, will ya? That's truth. So you don't be pissy at people if they don't believe in God. I actually have always felt very lucky that I come with God, which is why when someone's like, we're anointed, we feel more suffering than all the other people. We're all nervous systems. We feel each other's nervous systems. So once you get used to 1 human suffering, 2 human suffering, 3 human suffering, at a certain point you just become aware that, wow, how many are not going to make it over the hump like the choo-choo train that did? And then you see them as you grow up in your face saying, I don't need anything. I'm great. Look, you just shared me a bunch of good information, and look at me. I'm awesome. Stephen Porges, they do it all the time. Mobilization or defense, making up a story to make it so that they're good. As Janina Fisher points out, it's not self-sabotage. They just don't want to meet their 3-year-old. So you leave alone that teenager, because I'm 4'9". I don't want them to boom, punch me in the face because of the truth that I would speak in their face. I would punch me in the face. That's how the truth knows. Yeah, it's better if I keep it to myself, because some people are not really ready for any of it. And God, yes, he's confirming. So life's purpose, all aspects of it. That's your human secondary consciousness. You mean the world to me, even if I don't know you. And when people are upset that people connect based on the heart, you know what to do with a cynic. I just want it to be a world where it's about what is right, not what feels right. Wow. I think you hypocrite don't even notice that you've got feels all over it. Energy and vitality, thanks Archangel Michael, direction, courage, all of it, motivation, protection, yes. Space clearing, spirit releasement, I don't know what that is, but we could scratch that one out, because you don't need to release anything. Nothing's going to attach to you unless you don't own your embodied brain, and therefore you don't know how to, what was it? Yes, sensation. So when you sit with implicit memory, if you're able to sit with it, no goal, and just perceive all that comes up, that is how you force your body to develop strength, Where's my notes? And more than just that. Courage, curiosity. That's because you're activating your ventral vagal state and your prefrontal. So the truth is always clear, but it's only going to be clear when you have Archangel Michael, the Prince of Heaven, next to you. And it can be considered a resource, or you can consider it your own prefrontal cortex capacity, because you can do it too. And it's called you using the bright sides of neuroplasticity. So science-based explanations don't disprove spirituality or God or any of the stories. No, they give you an explanation of how, humanly speaking, people can do it. And if someone says you can't always be on, those are the same people who don't know how to use their ventral energy. They should not be doing their work because they're still very vulnerable and suffering life, and therefore their nervous system is not going to be able to give to the other person that which the other person has come to seek from them. A moment of and safe haven, secure base to say, okay, here's all the shit I went through in life, and then to continue doing it. And with the right one, they also hear about how they're going to get out of hell. It's just going to be a ladder that's burning like fuck, and every time they fall, though, we're going to pick them back up. Okay, come on. You know what? I'll walk up the ladder with you. I'll burn my hands. Is that good? So when people have a reaction towards ventral energy, the therapists know how to explain it to me. That's when people know that they want to heal, that they won't be thinking in ways of, let me continue using my triggers. So it depends how much the person will welcome that they are meant to be the real self and not the fake stuff that happened to them, which isn't even fake. The body protected them. So the body did everything it could. It's strong. Yes, the embodied brain of people. The 1-year-old is really strong. The 2-year-old is super strong. The 3-year-old, you better bet. The 4-year-old, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They're all strong, and if they do get lucky, maybe someone will come in and tell them how to do life right, like Pacha does to Cusco. And then Cusco doesn't lie at the end, because in this movie he does, and that's bullshit. It's actually quite mediocre. It's quite unimpressive, because shame has no place in any person's heart due to the fact that we're all made equal and we all make mistakes. So do not cast a stone. And those who play God and cast stones have forgotten that they're messengers and not God, not source and not divinity. So to me, a person who does know who God is, they all disrespect the one and only, and they just want to say, we say it right. Sure you do. Yeah, you keep saying it right. You're just going to follow the other buffoons who think they know how to say all things right. I don't know how to say things right. I use words in many different wrong ways. But I also know how to say, yeah, I'm wrong. Do you know how to say you're wrong? Do you know how to say you're sorry? Do you know how to remember? So when people are still keeping tabs and you grow up, I mean, I can remember things and people think it means I'm keeping tabs. No, I can remember what has happened because it's part of our story. But I won't keep tabs because I don't have a charge, because I know how to forgive by processing sadness, anger, and fear, and surprise, happiness, disgust. So when you can talk like functional child adults, we don't actually insult each other. Archangel Michael, who is like God, considered Source's right-hand man, and chosen to guide and protect all, not just light workers, but we're all light workers. So he is pictured as both a spear of light and a lightning bolt, or his sword of light is, and it's a powerful symbol of truth and spiritual power. Your spiritual power is yourself, your real self. And that's why when you are calling upon Michael, whenever you feel afraid or vulnerable, he will instantly come to your side, lending you courage and ensuring your safety, both physically and emotionally. You'll feel his warrior-like presence next to you in much the same way that a loving bodyguard would protect you. Anyone who might have intended to harm you will have a change of mind or heart. This is a part of the 4Ds bullshit. Michael doesn't require that you say a formal invocation, and he will come to anyone who calls upon him. And the sentence, if you're curious, is, Archangel Michael, please come to me now. I need your help. Then mentally describe the situation with which you need assistance. As stated earlier, you'll know he's with you when you sense his characteristic warm energy. So why did I smile and laugh when the change of heart thing? Because that actually isn't for a person to state. And there's also not any near-death experience happening. So enlightened ones know the timbre of truth in spirituality and science. It's called those who do not dress up as the lead authority in everything. Also those who do not dress up one group as a bad group and one group as a good group. Okay, so when you have Dharma, you're using your prefrontal cortex because you know how to understand that on the planet Earth we have 8 billion people. They're all humans. For our countries, we know that there's stuff that goes on, and that our humans, as they evolve and expand and become smart, they will not only have the empowered feminine, the Pleiadian, when I read you that, and Resh, the balance between dark and light. So you know how to harness thoughts, you know how to harness your emotions, and you know how feelings work. And so you know how to harness your feelings. And when it comes to these lovely Pleiadians, where are you? Give me 1 second. They are said to be human-like beings who honor the feminine and live in an advanced way that we on Earth could also experience. We also are and can experience it, not could, if we were to accept and honor the holiness we do of the female body, but of all human bodies. So when people are divisive based on gender, that's something that doesn't help them come together. And when you meet Maitreya, another lovely ascended master, you'll know that he descends to earth to share Dharma when the current teachings have decayed. And we'll talk some more about that. And friendliness is some of what he means, as well as spiritual enlightenment to humanity and loving kindness. And when you think of it, that's a healthy, self-worth, securely attached human being who has information to share bountiful of, and you meet them all over the place. So again, we will be back with more. Have a good one.